Hello everybody and welcome into the RNGIDP channel. Once again, back here for another Game Day 16 broadcast. Tonight it will be the Detroit Toracats against the Seattle Marill in a top of the division. Seattle is, at least. They are number 3 in the AL at 9-5, only a game back of Texas coming into this game day. Seattle home to Detroit. Detroit is 6-8 in 11th place. They were blanked by league leaders Texas in their last game. They've lost a couple in a row. Looking to turn it around here, though, in Seattle, as Seattle has won 2 in a row as well. So after beating the worst team in the league, Kansas City, they'll get a tougher test today against Detroit. So welcome in. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Happy that you are here. We've got Mike in the chat. Let's play ball by the Colorado Kid. That is me. I'm an old guy. I wouldn't say I'm a kid, but I'm happy with the reference. So thank you. And let's take a look at the starting pitcher. We have Felix Hernandez. Yes, he got randomized onto the Seattle team. It's like it was meant to be. Felix Hernandez. He is pitched in 22 innings. He's 1-1. 15 hits in those 22 innings. He's given up 7 earned runs, 22 strikeouts, and 5 walks. His ERA is under 3. It's a 2.86, and his WHIP is under 1. It's a .91. This is the lineup for Detroit that he'll face. Detroit, they are no injuries. Actually, you know what? I take that back. They've got Maikel Franco injured for another 4 games. So their starting third baseman is out, and this is how they'll make do. Brandon Phillips leads off as usual. Phillips hitting decently, 214 with 3 doubles and a homer. Jason Hayward, though, the right fielder, has been hitting it well. He's hitting 393, 3 doubles, 3 triples, and a homer. Cargo recently re-signed with the Rockies. Cargo is hitting third. He's the DH, the lefty. Cargo is hitting 304 in this series with 4 doubles and 5 homers. Both of those lead the team, and so does his 12 RBI. Adam Lind is the first baseman. The lefty is batting cleanup today. Adam Lind is at 270 with a homer. Carlos Gomez is the center fielder. He's 8 for 33 in his time. No extra base hits for Carlos Gomez. Andrelton Simmons gets the start at shortstop today. And I say today because we have Jose Iglesias on this team as well, and he's on the bench today. Iglesias hasn't brought his stick to the yard this season. He's only hitting 159. So Simmons gets the start. He's 2 for 15 in his at-bats. Ryan Flaherty will be the third baseman today for the injured Maikel Franco. Flaherty is 0 for 4 in his brief time at the plate. Ezekiel Carrera is the left fielder today. And Carrera is 3 for 21 in his at-bats. David Lau just isn't getting it done and hits the pine with a 186 batting average. So he's not starting today. It'll be Carrera. And the catcher, David Ross, the veteran, makes his first start behind the plate. He has not had an at-bat this season, so he will be fresh, is what you can say. I think we are fresh and we are ready to roll here. Just watch Al Red Sox fan. He's wrapping up his game. He should be joining here pretty soon. But I'm happy that you're here. And Mike is here in the chat. Thank you for being here. Let's play ball. Detroit stepping in. Brandon Phillips against King Felix. And this will be a 5-9. And right off the bat, that's going to be a shortstop X chance. And we will see the shortstop for Seattle. That's Alexi Ramirez, who is an average range fielder. He's a 3. A 3-6 is going to be a nice play by him made. Getting dirty already early in the game. But he will get his man at first. And is my pen dead already? I might have to switch cartridges here in the first inning. We've got 1 out. So now it's Jason Hayward. This will start a string of 3 straight left-handers against Felix Hernandez. And it's a 3-10. A 3-10 is going to be a ballpark single chance, which here in Seattle is a 4. And that's going to, or excuse me, a 7. And that's going to be a base hit. So Hayward continues his hitting ways. That average creeping up towards 400. Right now, he sits in third. No, he's just fourth place, just below the top 3 in batting average. So now it's Carlos Gonzalez, but Jason Hayward is an A stealer. So let's take a look at the catcher, who is Russell Martin. He's got a -3 arm, so they're holding Hayward, which will bring him to a 1-13. The -3 arm brings it to a 50-50 chance that he could steal the base. He's not going to do so. Cargo is going to see the pitch. It's a 5-5. That is a strikeout. Cargo gets caught looking on a pitch down on the middle of the plate, but down. And that'll be strikeout number 1 for Hernandez. And the second out here in the top of the first. Now it'll be up to Adam Lind. Adam Lind, the lefty, hitting cleanup. It's a 5-10, and that's a ground ball to the shortstop again. Can Ramirez get him out of this inning? That was a 4. He's a 3 range to 4. It's going to be a 6. So that just sneaks past the diving Alexi Ramirez, and Adam Lind has himself a base hit. So Hayward moves to second. And now we got 2 on, 2 outs, and it'll be Carlos Gomez at the plate. No extra base hits for him this season, but a single would likely score a run here. And Gomez, he gets the pitch. It's a 1-11. This is a ballpark single chance. So 1-7, and it'll be a single. That is just caught by the shortstop. Ramirez, he gets to that one on a jumping grab. And that'll end the top of the first. Detroit gets a couple of runners aboard, but can't do anything with them. And we move to the bottom of the first. It'll be Seattle's turn to bat. And we'll take a look at the pitcher for Detroit, which is Clay Buchholz. Let's take a look at his numbers real quick while I get his stats. This is the Seattle Detroit Torcats. Detroit, Clay Buchholz has a 2-1 record. He's pitched in 16 2/3 innings. He's given up 19 hits, 7 earned runs. He struck out 12 and he's walked 6. That's an ERA of a 3.80 and a whip at just about 1.5. And this will be the Seattle lineup that'll face him. Seattle, they score runs. They've scored 65 of them this season and only have given up 43. That's a plus 22 run differential, which is 3rd in the AL. Hence the reason why they are in 3rd place. So the DH will be Abraham Almonte. He's hitting .268 with a pair of doubles and pair of triples. He does have a home run as well. Mike Trout is in the 2-hole. Trout is the center fielder today, and he's hitting .255 with 4 doubles and 3 homers. He's got 12 RBI, though. Jose Bautista is the right fielder. This is a potent lineup, and as you'll see here, goes Trout, then Bautista, who's just a shade under 200 right now, but he does have 6 home runs and 13 runs driven in. Yoenis Cespedes is the left fielder, batting cleanup. He's hitting .357 with 4 doubles and 6 home runs. He's got 20 hits so far in the season, and he also leads the team with 15 runs batted in. Freddie Freeman is in the 5-hole. Freddie Freeman's at .229 with a pair of homers. He's also walked 10 times, so that's pretty good. Russell Martin is in the 6th spot, the catcher. Martin is at .208. He's got 3 doubles, though. Aaron Hill is the 3rd baseman. Aaron Hill is 10 for 35 in his times at the plate. Alexi Ramirez, as we saw, was at short. He's in the 8th spot. Ramirez is hitting .283. Pretty good for him with 4 extra base hits. And starting today at second base will be Eric Saugard, the left-handed second baseman. Saugard, we got a lot of second basemen on this team, and so he starts for Omar Infante today. Saugard is 3 for 9 in his brief appearances at the plate. Here we go. We are ready for A little baseball action here in the bottom of the first. No score. Clay Buchholz on the mound to face Almonte, Trout, and Bautista. 1-8 is a 1-6 single chance. That one is bounced to second base, and Phillips is going to be able to gobble it up. And he'll make a sidearm throw over to first. And, well, I think it's officially dead, my pen cartridge. So excuse me for 1 second. I've got to do a little switcheroo. While I do that, Abraham Almonte takes his time getting back to the dugout. And let's see here. I have to open a new package. A couple of weeks ago I had been ordering 2 at a time ink cartridges, but I just went ahead and ordered a whole bunch. So I was going to use them. I might as well. They were having a sale. I thought, I might as well restock. So I got a whole bunch. Don't have to wait for any ink to come in. And let me change this out real quick. Yep, it was empty. Look at that. All empty. And almost ready here. Okay. So that was a bouncer to Brandon Phillips at second. And there we go. We have some ink. Abraham Almonte is out. 1 out. And now it'll be Mike Trout. So Trout, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first, it's a 4-5, and that one's hit hard out to right field. Jason Hayward, he covers lots of ground out there, and he will be able to get to that one, and that'll be the 2nd out. Now we've got Jose Bautista. Buchholz has gotten the first 2 batters in front of him, so that helps. And this is going to be a base hit. That'll be a single out to center field, as Bautista is aboard with 2 outs, and it'll be Yoenis Cespedes now. Bautista, he's not going anywhere. He's a C-stealer. Doesn't want to steal in front of Cespedes anyway. Cespedes digs in. He's got that mountain of a elbow guard on his left arm. And this one is a 2-2. And, oh no, that one's hit out to left. Will it get up and out of here? Carrera tracking it down at the track. He makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. So Cespedes gave it a ride at the track. Carrera is able to make the snag. And we are through 1. It's a scoreless ball game. Felix Hernandez makes his way back out to the hill. And he'll face Simmons, Flaherty, and Carrera. Simmons, not known for his bat, but this will be a ballpark single chance. It's a 1-3. That's an 11, so that'll be hit to the shortstop, Ramirez, who has been busy today so far already. Ramirez has made 3 plays out in the field already. And here's Ryan Flaherty. Flaherty, the left-hander, digs in. He hits this one to the other side. That's going to be the second baseman, Sogard, with his first chance. He grabs it from the infield dirt, and he slings it across. And there's 2 outs. Now it'll be Carrera, another left-hander. And it's a 1-7, a 1-7. This is going to be a base hit, a 1-3, and it's a double. It's a 5, so it's cut off before it gets to the wall. So that'll be a 2-out single for Carrera here in the bottom of the second. Same thing happened in the top of the first. Hayward was aboard with a single. Then Cargo made the 2nd out, and Lind had a single. Got Gomez to finish it off, though. Will he be able to do the same here to David Ross, his first at-bat of the entire season? It's a 1-9, and he's a little too excited to get that bat in his hand, and he swings through that pitch, and he strikes out. That's strikeout number 2 for Felix. And that'll end the top side of the second. We move to the bottom. It's still scoreless. Detroit against Seattle. Detroit now with 11 straight scoreless innings. They haven't scored. They didn't score in the last game against Texas. And so Clay Buchholz trying to keep Seattle off the board while the offense figures it out. This will be Freddie Freeman. This is a catcher X card. The catcher today is, as we saw, David Ross. Ross is a 3-range catcher. A 3-4 is a wild pitch, but the ball is tracked back by the ball boy. And then on the next pitch, Freddie Freeman just pops one up right in front of home plate. And David Ross will make the catch for 1 out. Jerry Ball checking in. Hello, Jerry. That must mean that Al's game must have wrapped up. Happy to see that he's playing tonight. And now it'll be Russell Martin, the catcher. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Just underway. This is a 2-7. 2-7, and Russell Martin draws a walk. Russell Martin now is at first. And Aaron Hill is at the plate. Aaron Hill is a C hit and run. They're not holding Russell Martin. They're going to let Aaron Hill swing away here. It's a 1-7, a 1-7, and he walks. Back-to-back walks for Clay Buchholz. And Martin gets pushed to second. So there's 1 out, runners on first and second, and Alexi Ramirez now. Ramirez has a pretty good number 1 column there. Will he hit it? That's a 3, so this may be trouble for him. It's going to be. It's hit to third base. Flaherty turns and fires to Phillips. Phillips over to Lind. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and that'll get Buchholz out of the inning as Hill is erased at second. And Ramirez grounds into the double play to end the inning. We have reached the end of 2. It's Detroit and Seattle tied up at 0. How are things in Denver? Jerry, things were a little crazy at work today. Our microwave broke at work. And so that made lunchtime a little interesting. I tried to heat up my food, and it just would not get warm. And I didn't realize it until I took a bite out of this frozen meal that I had taken. I was like, this is like lukewarm. And the next guy that tried to use the microwave, it just didn't even work. So it just must have shorted completely out after mine got out of there. So Felix Hernandez takes the mound again, and he'll face the top of the order, Brandon Phillips. He bounced out to the shortstop his first time out. And this is a 6-10, and he gets him to look at a pitch on the inside part of the plate. He doesn't swing, but that's called a strike, and that'll be the first out of the top of the third. Now Jason Hayward, he singled his first time. It's a 4-12. He's going to do more than single this time. He gives it a ride, a 1-7, and it's up and out of here. This one's hit out to right field. It's a 14, so the right fielder, Jose Bautista, at the track, jumps and makes the grab. And Hayward gave it a ride, but not hard enough. Not today. And Hayward is retired. Yeah, it was a cold lunch. So I wrote an email to our office manager, and I said, hey, the microwave's broken. And I kid you not, within 5 minutes, she came over to my side of the office and said, I'm going to go and buy a new microwave. And within an hour, we had a brand new microwave. So I guess I could have waited. I threw half of my lunch away. I guess I could have waited and used the new microwave, but I didn't know that was going to be that quick. That was service. So this is Felix Hernandez to Carlos Gonzalez. This is going to be a hit here. A 2-out knock. It'll be a single out to center field. Carlos Gonzalez with a base hit here in the top of the third. So now Adam Lind. Lind singled his first time up. This is a 3. That's a good column for Lind. 311 is a ballpark single chance. That'll be a 1-3, and oh man, just hit it in the wrong spot. The defense was positioned well, and Eric Sagard takes a hit away from Adam Lind and takes the top of the first away from Detroit. The top of the third, excuse me. They continue to be scoreless. That's 12 in a row scoreless for Detroit. As we move to the bottom of the third, Clay Buchholz will face Sagard, Almonte, and Trout. Al Red Sox fan, hey Al Red Sox fan, checking in. Sagard, this is a 2-9, a 2-9, lifts one out to left field, and Ezekiel Carrera, who has a really cool name, he will make the catch. Al Red Sox fan, we're all taking bets. Place your bets. When do you think Al Red Sox fan is going to fall asleep on us? What inning? I've got my money on the 5th. Almonte, he steps in. He's 0 for 1. He bounced one over to Phillips at second his first time up. This is a 4-11, and he hits one to first this time. And Adam Lind is going to gobble it up, and he'll just step on the bag. And that'll be 2 outs. It's Mike Trout now, 2 outs, nobody on base. That's what you want to see with Mike Trout at the plate. And Mike Trout gets a pitch down in the zone. He doesn't like the call as it's called for a strikeout. I thought it was a little too down in the zone, but that will be the first strikeout for Buchholz. And that will end the third here as we continue scoreless, Seattle and Detroit. So King Felix makes his way back out for Seattle. The Morrill looking to keep Detroit scoreless, which hasn't been all that difficult. And this will be Carlos Gomez, who's 0 for 1. It's a bouncer over to Sagard. This will be a tough chance for him. Will he be able to make the play? Sagard is a 2-range second baseman. A 2-17 Sagard. He goes up the middle, he snags it, has to make a pirouette of a throw, and will do so to get the speedy Carlos Gomez. A nice play by Sagard, and showing his range out in the field to get to that one. Now it's Andrelton Simmons. He's 0 for 1 today. And 1-8. That one looks like it's going to be a base hit. A 20 is the only chance it won't be. So Simmons, he'll have a 1-out knock here in the 4th. So Simmons is aboard. He's a 1-12 runner, but only a D stealer. And Flaherty will be the man at the plate. Simmons is not being held. He's not going anywhere, though. It's a 5-7. This one could be a double play. Sagard's going to have a chance at it. He's a 2-range, as we saw. A 2-3. He's going to make a diving catch from his knees. He throws it to the shortstop, Ramirez, and on to first to Freeman with the stretch, and they get him. That's a 4-6-3 double play. Eric Sagard turns the double play. And even though he's 0 for 1 at the plate, he's proving his worth out in the field just well in place of Omar Infante. So Detroit is scoreless again. We're at the scoreless watch for Detroit. It's now 13 innings. As we move to the bottom of the 4th, Seattle looking to get a lead here. They've got the right guys up at the plate to do it. Batista, Cespedes, and Freeman. Jerry Ball is continuing his 2018, his dead ball game. He's got the Crawfords 2-0 over the dead ball Stars. So Batista, this is a 6-9. A 6-9, that's going to be a base hit. He's already got one on the day, and this will be another single. Jose Batista, a singles hitter today. He's setting the table. Setting the table for Cespedes. Will he be able to dine on it? As he was 0 for 1. He gave it a ride out to left field his first time up. And we'll see what he can do here. That 2 column is good for Cespedes. It's a 210. That's going to be a ballpark home run chance. A 1-7 or a 1-7 shot. And it'll be a homer. So this one is hit out to left field pretty deep. Carrera goes back, and it's just over his head, over the wall. That's a 2-run homer from Yoenis Cespedes. We needed a 1 through 7. Got a 7. And Seattle breaks this one open and starts the scoring on a 2-run homer from Yoenis Cespedes. 2 runs will score. Bautista, who singled in front of him, he comes around. And Cespedes drives himself home. It's a 2-0 ball game. Buchholz just turned his head and saw where that one was heading. Thought it might have been caught. He kind of hit it in the same spot that he hit it before, and Carrera tracked it down. It just was hit a little bit harder. And this time, it is out of here. So nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. 2 runs have scored. And now it's Freddie Freeman. And he gets caught looking at a strike. And that'll be the second strikeout for Clay Buchholz. The first out here in the bottom of the 4th. So now it's Russell Martin. Buchholz still trying to calm down from giving up that homer. And the nerves got to him a little bit, as this one is a walk. That's 2 walks on the day for Russell Martin. And now he's aboard for Aaron Hill. Hill, he walked his first time up, just like Martin did, and pushed him to second. This is a 5-5. And this time he gets the bat off his shoulder, but it'll be a strikeout. 3 now for Buchholz. That's the second out of the inning. And it'll be up to Alexi Ramirez. Ramirez, he hit into an inning-ending double play his last time. This is a 2-7. He lifts one out to shallow left field. Carrera is not going to have a problem getting to this one. And that will be the third out. So Seattle touches the scoreboard in the 4th. They put up 2. And will that be enough against the failing Detroit offense right now? King Felix has himself a lead as he walks out to the mound. He'll face Carrera, then David Ross, and Brandon Phillips. Carrera's 1 for 1. He's singled, and he's going to swing through that pitch. That's a strikeout. Felix now has 4 of those on the day. And 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Shocking, Buchholz got the yips. Nothing new if you're a Red Sox fan. Oh, no. David Ross now, he's struck out his first time. It's a 6-3. This one is hit right back to Felix Hernandez. He's a 2-range. A 2-range pitcher. A 2-2, and that one's going to eat him up. It gobbles him up, and David Ross is going to reach on an infield single. He had a shot at it, Hernandez, but it kind of bounced off his leg. It might have been his glove, and it just kind of ricocheted into no man's land. And David Ross trots down to first on an excuse-me single. And now Brandon Phillips is at the plate. So it'll be a 2-9, a 2-9. That's a bouncer to second base. Saugard has to range far for it, and his only play is going to be at first. And David Ross, he was breaking hard to second, and he will make it. And Saugard takes the easy play over at first just to make sure they got an out. So the safe play, I should say. So Phillips advances the runner, Ross, to second. And with 2 outs, Jason Hayward, their best hitter for Detroit, could drive in a run here. Could this break the streak? It's a 3-7, a 3-7. This one's hit out to center field. Mike Trout takes a few steps back, and Jason Hayward makes the 3rd out. So Detroit's woes continue. Their scoreless streak is now at 14 innings. As we the 5th, and Detroit still hasn't scored. It's a 2-0 ball game. Here's a good prop bet for all you Vegas fans. The prop bet is who's gonna score. What's gonna happen first? Detroit scoring a run or Al Red Sox fan hitting the hay? Place your bets now. Buchholz comes back out. He'll face Sagard, Almonte, and Trout. It's a 1-8. A 1-8. This one is chopped over to shortstop. Simmons, who's a slick fielding shortstop, he will gobble it up and wing it over to first. And with a cannon, makes the play. Abraham Almonte, he's 0 for 2. The DH, kind of a non-traditional DH. And he hits one out to right field. That'll be Jason Hayward out there. Hayward kind of surprised at the ball coming to him. It's a 1-17, and he's going to make the catch, though. Kind of got a late break on it. Wasn't expecting the ball heading his way. Not sure what he was doing. Kind of got lost in the lights or was in La La Land, but with his great speed, he's able to make up for it, and he makes the catch. So now, this is the 3rd time that Trout has been aboard with 2, or at the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. It's a 1-8. That's a ballpark home run chance. This one is hit well out to left field. Will it be up and out? It's a 6. That one is gone. Mike Trout gets a hold of it. It stays gone. And that's a solo shot here in the 5th. That one was out in a hurry as well. So Trout gives Seattle their 3rd run. And this one might be all but over for Detroit if they just can't get any runs. And now it's Jose Bautista. He's 2 for 2 against Buchholz. There is activity in the bullpen. And Bautista, it's a 1-1. It'll be a triple. That one is hit out to center field, and Gomez tracks it down. So that'll end the inning. Buchholz gets out of the 5th, but he gives up another run. As we move to the top of the 6th, it's a 3-0 ball game. We've got Jerry Ball checking in. He thinks that Al Red Sox fans going to go to sleep before Detroit scores a run. That one might be a safe bet. So, Cargo, he's 1 for 2. Will face King Felix here. It's a 6-5, and that one is a chopper over to second. Sagard, he makes a nice play, and with one smooth motion, is able to wing one to first. And there's one away. So now it'll be Adam Lind. And with every batter that doesn't score, you can tell Detroit, it's in their head. They're thinking about it. They know it's there. That 0 is looming over their heads. And Adam Lind gets caught looking. That's a strikeout. 5 of them now for Felix. And it'll be Carlos Gomez, who's 0 for 2. A 5-5, and that's a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts, and that'll end the inning here. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Detroit. And the streak stands at 15 innings. It probably doesn't help that I keep bringing it up for Detroit. Now it's just in their head. They can't think about anything else. The pitch, the ball looks like a golf ball. And Buchholz, will he face Cespedes here? Cespedes has hit a home run. He almost hit another one against him. Will they let him go here? Let's take a look at the bullpen. Buchholz has pitched terribly. He just has given up 2 home runs. And they'll keep going with him here. Jerry Ball's going to be right back. It's a 3-6. Well, he gets him to strike out this time. So Buchholz gets his revenge somewhat. It's the 4th strikeout for him today. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Detroit and Clay Buchholz looking to just keep it close. In the slight chance that the offense might come alive. And Freddie Freeman, he pops this one sky high to Ryan Flaherty over at third base. He camps underneath it, cracks open a nice cold one, and he makes the catch eventually. Russell Martin now, he's walked twice, and it's a 4-4. This is a ballpark single chance, which is a 1-3, and so that is a diving snag by the shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Buchholz as he's back on track. And we move to the top of the 7th. It's a 3-0 ball game. Mike at SNFS likes the backward Ks. Well, thank you. I just started doing that. There was a suggestion, and I can't remember who it was from. It might have been from you. Was it from you? About doing evens and odds as swinging strikeouts and caught-looking strikeouts. I think it was you. If it was, thank you for the suggestion. I thought about it for, I don't know, maybe a game day or 2, and I just was so used to not doing it that I just was in a rotation of not even thinking about it. But what I've been doing recently is Ks that are from the pitcher's card, I do as strikeouts that are caught looking. And Ks that are on the batter's card are swinging strikeouts. It's kind of unbalanced. I feel like there's more looking strikeouts than there are swinging strikeouts. So sometimes if there's like a whole bunch in a row that are caught looking, I'll switch one of them around just for the narrative. But thank you for your suggestion. I have implemented it somewhat with a slight modification. So thank you for doing so. And it was you, so yes, thank you. So here we go. We are in the top of the 7th. Detroit with Simmons, Flaherty, and Carrera to face Felix Hernandez. It's a 2-9. This one is chopped weakly over to the shortstop, Ramirez. He scoops it up, and he fires to first. And there's 1 out. So Ryan Flaherty now. And Flaherty with a 5-8. A 5-8. That one is hit to first. And Freeman, he'll grab it and just step on the bag. And Hernandez is just rolling right now. And Carrera, he's 1 for 2. Will he be able to get a 2-out hit here? It's a 4-9. A 4-9. Oh, he might get more than that. He's a normal power. So Detroit with a 1-10 chance at a home run. Can the substitute today out in left field, Ezekiel Carrera, can he get Detroit on the board? A 1-10, it'll be a home run. So this one's hit out to right field. Bautista is chasing it. And it's an 8. It's up and out of here. Ezekiel Carrera ends the streak. That's a home run, a solo shot for Detroit. And the dugout goes wild like they just won the World Series. Guys are pounding on the on the top of the dugout barrier. And Carrera gets showered with sunflower seeds as he makes it back into the dugout. The streak is dead. The streak is over. And so it's actually a close ball game here. It's 3-1 now. Carrera, after that home run, has given him some hope. And now David Ross, he hits one out to left field. Cespedes chasing this one, and he'll get there and make the grab. So that'll be the end of the top of the 7th. We have reached the stretch, and Detroit has scored a run. And they are on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game. So Buchholz, he's back out there. He's retired 4 in a row since the homer to Trout. And here he'll face the 7, 8, 9 batters of Hill, Ramirez, and Sogard. It's a 2-10. A 2-10 is going to be lifted out to right field. Jason Hayward, he makes a good read on it this time, and he takes a direct path, and that'll be 1 away. Now Red Sox fan is back and just saw the streak end. It was a home run from Ezequiel Carrera. And now Ramirez is at the plate, and this is a walk, a 1-out walk from Buchholz to the 8-hole hitter. And now it's Eric Sogard. Ramirez is a B stealer. David Ross is a 0 arm, so that'll be a 1-10. They are going to have to hold him. A 1-10 for Alexi Ramirez. Will he try and steal? With 1 out here, with Eric Sogard at the plate. Will he go? Yeah, you know what? Ramirez is going to try and steal that base. So Ramirez at first. He's leaning, and he takes off. A 1-10, and he's there. It's a 3, so he swipes the bag. The throw is errant. We'll see if it gets past the second baseman, Phillips. We go to the T rating, which is a 1 for Ross. So if it's a 1, it's not. So that is backed up well by David Phillips out at second base. And Ramirez will be there at second with the stolen base. So Seattle trying to get another insurance run here. And it'll be Eric Sogard with 1 out here to face Clay Buchholz. The lefty gets the pitch. It's a grounder to first base. And the first baseman, Adam Lind, scoops it up. And he looks over to second, but Ramirez isn't going anywhere. So he will just underhand it to the pitcher. Buchholz at first. And there's 2 outs. So now it'll be Abraham Almonte. Almonte is 0 for 3 on the day, and this may be the last batter that Clay Buchholz gets to face. It's a 5-5, and that's a strikeout. And so Buchholz gets out of the jam, and that'll be the 3rd out here. So we've reached the end of the 7th. That is the 5th strikeout for Buchholz. And it's we got a close one. It's a 3-1 ball game. Detroit's got a chance. They got to put some hits together. And they'll start with their top of the order as the lineup turns over. Phillips, Hayward, and Gonzalez. Phillips is 0 for 3. But maybe the dam is broken here. This one is lifted out to left. Cespedes not going to have a problem with it. He'll make the lazy fly ball catch. And there's 1 away. Now Jason Hayward. Hayward, oh, that's a good one. And, oh, he gets hit by the pitch. Oh, no, not Jason Hayward. He gets hit by that pitch. And it doesn't look good. The trainers are coming out. Let's see. Hayward. Oh, boy, that one is a tough one. That is going to be 90. Actually, you know what? His at-bats are greater than 599, and they are. So that is going to be a 3-game injury. It would have been 6, but Hayward has enough at-bats that is only a 3-game injury. So Hayward is going to have to come off out injured after being hit by a pitch, which is a shame because he's their best hitter so far. And now we need a new right fielder. It'll have to be David Lau. Carlos Gonzalez would be the right fielder, but he is the DH, so we can't waste the DH. And let's do this. So David Lau will come on to pinch run. And he'll stay in the game at right field. Okay. So we got one aboard here. It'll be Carlos Gonzalez at the plate. Card goes 1 for 3. Felix Hernandez, 1 out here. And it's a 2-5, and a 1 chance to have a triple here. And that's a 16. So that's a fly ball left field B. A fly ball left field B, and so Lau is going to have to just stay put. And there's 2 outs. So it'll be up to Adam Lind now to drive this run home and maybe tie it up with a long shot here. A 3-4 would do it. A 3-10 could do it. This is a 5-7. That's going to be a chopper to second. Sagard, who's been busy over there, he is a 2-range second baseman. A 211 is going to his E rating, which is a 10. So a 10. And we rolled an 8. So Sagard's able to range to his right. And in the hole, he makes a nice throw over to first. And the slow-running Lind is retired. And that'll retire the top of the 8th. But the wind has come out of the sails as Jason Hayward had to come off injured. And it's a 3-1 ball game. So Hernandez didn't intentionally hit him, but it works out for the best for him. And Buchholz, I don't know that we're going to let him pitch. He's gone 7 innings. I think his day might be done. They've got Pedro Baez and Brandon Gomes in the bullpen. And I think they're going to go to Pedro Baez here. So Buchholz's day is done. And as we get to the heart of the order, Buchholz has struggled with it. And so they're going to a different righty. It'll be Pedro Baez. Buchholz, he pitched decently. 7 innings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits is all. 3 runs. He struck out 5. And he walked 1, 2, 3, 4. So not a terrible line. Pretty good on a normal day. But the offense didn't do him any favors to get that win. And so Mike Trout will lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th, looking to extend the lead for Seattle. It's a chopper to second, and Brandon Phillips has to charge quickly at it, and he will charge and make the play at first. By just a step, Trout was boogieing it down the line, and he gets his man. So now it's Bautista. He's 2 for 3 on the day. 2 singles and a run scored. This is a 1-10, and he draws a walk. So that's the 3rd time he's reached base. Table setter Bautista is what we'll call him. Al Red Sox fan says he doesn't use card and dice. Many moons ago, he still has his 83 strat game, huh? I always wondered that too, Al, if you ever used cards. Jerry Ball, oh, I missed this. He says Eric Sagard, another ASU Sun Devil. I didn't know that. I know he wears glasses. And so Cespedes with the runner on first. It's a 5-6, and he strikes out. That's his 2nd time striking out. That's 1 for Pedro Baez and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And so it'll be Freddie Freeman with Bautista at first. Freddie Freeman gets the pitch. It's a 3-12. This one is hit shallow to center field. Carlos Gomez has to jump, and he makes the diving snag. Whew, that was a close one. Freddie Freeman hit one almost into no man's land, and Carlos Gomez got a good read on it, and with his wheels, was able to come in on it and make a diving catch. So that'll retire the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th, and Detroit's last chance here. It'll be a 3-1 ball game. The closer for Seattle is Trevor Rosenthal. And they are going to go get him. So Felix Hernandez, his day is over, as Trevor Rosenthal will come in. The hard-throwing right-hander Trevor Rosenthal comes into the ball game, taking over for Felix Hernandez. So Felix goes 8 innings. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Only 1 earned run. He struck out 6 batters. And he walked nary a soul. So a pretty good outing for Felix. 7 hits, 1 earned run. And now Trevor Rosenthal looking to close this thing out. And will it be... Yeah, they're going to get Carlos Gomez. He's going to set the table here. So Gomez with a 110. And Gomez, he loops his bat through the zone and he makes contact, and that's going to be in the gap. That'll be a leadoff double for Carlos Gomez. A kind of an excuse me swing, reaching out on the outside part of the plate. He gets the ball to the bat to the ball, I should say, and plunks one out into the gap, and that'll be a double. And so now it'll be Andrelton Simmons, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Runner at second. It's a 3-1 ball game. And Simmons, it's a 2-6. And that one is chopped, a 1-hopper out to shortstop. Ramirez gobbles it up. He looks the runner back to second. And the throw is true. And there's 1 out. So now it's Ryan Flaherty. Ryan Flaherty, he's 0 for 3 on the day, but look at these 1 columns. You can 1 column, and he can do some damage, or the 4, and it's a 4-9. Oh, 9 against the left-hander. That's a walk. So Ryan Flaherty is aboard now, and the winning run is at the plate. It'll be Ezekiel Carrera, who, guess what? He homered his last time. So some drama here in the 9th. Maybe we shouldn't have replaced Felix Hernandez. He's kind of steaming over there. As Trevor Rosenthal now has runners on first and second, 1 out. Carrera at the plate. He's an A bunter. Should we bunt? No, we're not going to bunt. Carrera with the pitch. It's a 4-9, and Carrera walks. What is going on here, Rosenthal? So Flaherty moves to second. Rosenthal just wanted the bases loaded, I suppose. And he got it. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. And now David Ross is at the plate, but they're going to pinch hit. They're going to their big bopper off the bench, and it's C.J. Cron. So the pinch hitter will be C.J. Crone. Is it Crone or Cron? He's the pinch hitter. So the infield is going to stay back, looking to get a double play. They'll give up a run to get a double play. Well, I guess they wouldn't have to give up a run. But C.J. Cron is not a speedy runner, so they're going to try and get the double play. So 1 out, bases are loaded. Trevor Rosenthal trying to get this thing closed up. It's a 4-5 4, and that's a catcher X. Oh boy. The catcher is Russell Martin. We rolled a 10. Russell Martin is a 1 range catcher. So a 110 is going to his E rating, which is an E2. We rolled a 5. An E2, 5. That's a ground ball C. So CJ Cron with an excuse me swing. It's chopped out in front of the plate. The catcher, Russell Martin, is going to jump out and jump on it, and a run is going to score. The only play he's going to have is at first. And so CJ Cron is going to have himself an RBI on a ground out, a 2-3 ground out. Everybody moves up a base. Gomez scores from third. Flaherty moves to second, or to third, excuse me. Carrera moves to third. And we've got ourselves a 1-run ball game here, and we go to the top of the order with Brandon Phillips. So Rosenthal has given up a run. And so Brandon Phillips has a chance to be hero here. Runners at second and third. Rosenthal with the pitch. It's a 4-6, and that's a single out to left field. So Brandon Phillips comes through in the clutch. It's a single. A single out to left field. The left fielder is Cespedes. Flaherty's going to score easily. And will they send Carrera from second? Let's calculate it out. Carrera is a pretty good runner. He's a 1-14. They were not holding him. It's a 1-15. There were 2 outs, so it's a 1-17. They're sending Carrera. Brandon Phillips already scored 1 here. Carrera gets the go sign. And a 1-15. It's a 5. So he comes around and slides feet first, and Carrera scores. So a 2 RBI single for Brandon Phillips here in the top of the 9th. And Detroit has the lead. Oh no, we ruined it for Felix. Oh, and Trevor Rosenthal blows the save, and this could be blowing the game. Bullpen activity is up for Detroit. Brett Cecil and Santiago Casilla are up for Detroit, the closer and the setup man. And there's 2 outs, and it'll be David Lau at the plate for his first at-bat of the game. And will we go to the bullpen? Yeah, they're going to go to the bullpen. It'll be Jeremy Affeldt against the lefty Lau. And then with Gonzalez and Lynn coming up, lefties as well. So they're going to get the lefty. Trevor Rosenthal blows it. And so Jeremy Affeldt will be called on to get this last out. Rosenthal, he got 2/3 of an inning, but couldn't close it. He gave up 2 hits. He didn't strike out anybody, and he walked. Those 2 walks in a row to Flaherty and Carrera really hurt him. So now it's Affeldt against David Lau with 2 outs, top of the 9th. It's a 6-8. It's a 6-8. This one is going to get him out of it. This one is hit to center field, and Mike Trout squeezes that glove extra hard and throws his hands down in disgust as he makes the grab. And we have reached the middle of the 9th, but Detroit finally hangs a crooked number. It's a 4-3 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And it will not be Pedro Baez. They're going to go get the closer, Santiago Casilla. So Casilla will face the 6, 7, and 8 batters. Due up in the bottom of the 9th. Detroit all over themselves, just so excited. Baez went an inning, didn't give up any hits, no runs. Struck out 1 and walked 1. He is in line for the win if this would be settled right here. So he will face, it's not going to be Russell Martin. It's going to be Josh Rutledge. So Josh Rutledge will pinch hit for Russell Martin. And also, we've got to put a new catcher in for CJ Cron, who pinch hit. It'll be the righty, the switch hitter, Jared Saltalamacchia, doing the catching now for Santiago Casilla. So he goes in CJ Cron's spot. Okay, we're almost ready here with the bottom of the ninth. So Josh Rutledge to face Casilla. That book is closed on Rosenthal. He gave up 3 runs. And here we go. It's a 2-8. A 2-8 is a leadoff single for Josh Rutledge. So he's getting the party started here. Josh Rutledge leads it off with a single. Only need 1 run to tie it. Aaron Hill is a C hit runner, an E stealer for Rutledge. So they're not going to hit and run. They're just going to let Aaron Hill hit here. It's a 6-10. A 6-10 is a ballpark single chance. A 1-3, it's a single, it's a 6. So that is hits pretty hard. And over to the shortstop, Simmons, who makes the snag. 1 away. The bats finally woke up, it says SNFS. Yeah, they have. And it was in the bottom or the top of the ninth that they did it against the closer Rosenthal. So Ramirez is the shortstop. Will he get a chance to bat here? They could go get Jake Smolinski. Yeah, I think they're going to pinch hit here. Jake Smolinski will pinch hit here in the bottom of the ninth. The righty, Smolinski, getting in at bat here, trying to extend this game. It's a 2-5, a 2-5. Well, he strikes out. That doesn't help. A swinging strikeout. That's the first one for Casilla. And here is Eric Saugard looking to keep this thing rolling. He's 0 for 3 on the day, but he's going to get a chance to hit here. It's a 2-8, a 2-8. He skies this one. This one is going to be caught. Andrelton Simmons is camped out at shortstop, and he grabs it, and that is the ball game. Casilla later. Santiago shuts it down, and Detroit comes back. It was all the ribbing it did on him for not scoring any runs, wasn't it? They score 3 in the top of the ninth, and Santiago Casilla does the rest in the bottom half. And Detroit comes back to gain the victory 4-3. Well, that was a ball game. If you stuck with it, thank you for doing so. Man, that was tough. Pedro Baez gets the win. Kind of lucked into that one. Casilla gets the save after going an inning. Gave up a hit. No runs. He struck out 1. Didn't walk anybody. Affelt, he went a third of the inning. He got what he needed to. The loss and the blown save goes to Trevor Rosenthal. But that'll do it. What a game here. What a finish. Detroit, they move to 7-8, and they're not out of it yet. Seattle loses a chance to hop over Boston as they drop to 9-6, and Texas, they have stretched their lead out at top of the division even further as Seattle drops a tough one here. Detroit showing the heart of a lion and coming back here after being down 3-0 in the 7th. Scratch back in the 7th and then 3 in the 9th to win it 4-0. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody that was here. Jerry Ball, Ken Castro, Al Red Sox fan, SNFS. You guys are awesome and you make me want to do this every night. And so I thank you for being here and doing it with me. How do I drop my dice? I have a box over in the corner that you can't see, and I roll it into that. So it kind of gives it a cool sound. I thought about padding the sides of it, but I like the sound because it kind of sounds like a bat. So that's it for tonight. Our next broadcast will be the Houston Cast Form with R.A. Dickey on the mound against the Oakland Unknown and Omar Despain. Houston is 8 in the league at 7-7, and Oakland, they are a couple of spots behind Seattle. They are 8-6 and sit in 5th place. So that should be a good one. Look forward to bringing you that one on our next broadcast, likely tomorrow. But as always, follow me on Twitter, and I will let you know when the next broadcast will be at RNGIDP_Strat. And so until next time, thank you for watching and have a good night. Leave me a like before you get out of here, too, if you don't mind. Take it easy. See you guys.